these are my top 10 books of 2025. Number 10 is A Court This Cruel and Lovely by Stasia Stark. This is a 4-book series. So far I've read 2, but when I read this back in June, it was really good, and I can't wait to continue the series. The 7-Year Slip is number 9 by Ashley Poston. This was my first Ashley Poston book, and I just love the magical realism and the depictions of grief she had in here. It was amazing. There are a lot of really good quotes, and I just really love the story. Coming in at number 8 is City of Lies and Legends, which is the 3rd book in the House of Devils series. I really love this one. I love that we really just brought in the character POVs that we got, and I love the new characters that were brought in. They are one of my newest favorite couples, even though they're technically not a couple, but if you've read the book, I just feel like this world is really expanded, and I really can't wait to check out the 4th book. Coming in at number 7 is Rewind It Back, which is the 5th and final book in the Windy City series. This is about Rio and Hallie, and I am not a big Second Chance or Friends to Lovers person, but I really love this. I really enjoyed the past and present perspectives, and I feel like this just wrapped up the series so nicely. I gave this book a 5 stars. Coming in at number 6 is another 5-star from Blood and Ash. I really love this book. I listened to the dramatized audio of this, and I felt like they did such an amazing job depicting the characters and the scenes and the world, and I really enjoyed this. I am literally kicking myself for the fact that I put this book off for 2 years, but I'm glad I finally picked it up. Coming in at number 5 is Fearless, the final book in the Powerless trilogy, if you exclude the novella after it. But this wrapped up Kai and Peyton's story, I feel like, honestly perfectly. I know this had a lot of mixed reviews, but for me, this was actually my favorite book in the series. I just felt like she did such a good job in like wrapping up their story and really just giving them the time to develop as characters. I just feel like these were really good YA characters, and I really can't wait to see what else Lauren Roberts does. I also gave this book a 5 stars. This is where some of my series start. So number 4 is a series because I just couldn't pick, and that is God of Malice, God of Wrath, and God of Ruin. I didn't love God of Pain, so that's excluded, but these 3 books with these 3 male main characters were just so amazing. I really love the story, and again, I know I've said that some people said that this was copy and paste, and granted, God of Malice and God of Wrath technically are copy paste, but because I really enjoyed the story of God of Malice, it did not bother me that God of Wrath essentially just followed that in God of Pain. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really just love the world that Rena Kent created, and I love these characters so much, and I literally cannot wait to start God of Fury. I just heard that that's the best book in the series, and that Nikolai and Brandon are goals, so I can't wait to check that out. Oh, and this was a 4.25, 4, and a 4. Coming in at number 3 is my favorite dark romance series that I've read this year. I just read this in December, and I read this in an entire week, and honestly, I don't know how I'm functioning right now, but it is the Edge of Darkness trilogy, and that's Insatiable, Voracious, and Restitution. And I had seen this all over Book Talk, and I literally told myself, I'm like, I'm never going to pick up the series. This just doesn't sound up my alley. And literally last week, I just had this feeling like pick it up, and I did. And that is one of the best decisions I've ever made. This just consumed me. I literally could not stop reading it. I could not put it down. Anytime I did put it down, I couldn't stop thinking about Kate and Stacy, and Tobias, when he came in the story, literally just stole the show. I just really appreciate what Lee Rivers did with the series, and I feel like she just did such a good job depicting like these characters as they grew up, and the flashbacks that the story had, and just the trauma that they both went through, and how this really shaped them and changed them as characters. Coming in at number 2 at a 5-star is Nightshade. This is literally one of my favorite books of the year, hence why it's at number 2. I really just love the like dark academia setting, the way that this had a mystery in it, and just the fact that they were in college, and like the way that you could tell that they both had trauma but were trying to be there for each other. And I really appreciate the fact that the author like included banter along with serious moments in the story, and just the way that like this whole storyline was thrown together. I feel like she did such a good job in like pacing it, and you know, just giving these characters time to develop, and showing that they both have flaws, but that they're both trying to find love, and that at a point they do find it with each other. And I just can't wait to see what the second book is going to be. I know that this is only a duet, but it was amazing, this first book, so I can't wait to check out the next. And my number one, again, is 3 books from a series that literally consumed about 8 months of my life this year because it's gigantic. And if you can tell, it's literally Zodiac Academy up there. It is number 4, number 5, and number 6. These 3 books literally put me through so much pain. The amount of tears I shed, the amount of heartbreak that there is, the character development in this story, especially these 3, and just the things that these characters go through and feeling like, you know, are they ever going to catch a break? Are they ever going to get to the end? And obviously they eventually do, but it's a lot. And I feel like just seeing the way that these authors have developed throughout the series is just amazing. The way that they're able to create such just dynamic characters and really have characters that you hate in the beginning with every fiber of your being become some of your most favorite and iconic characters is crazy. I don't know how they did it. I really don't. But I gave each of these 3 books 5 stars. These were my favorite books in the series, and it just really solidified that Zodiac Academy was one of my favorite series outside of Edge of Darkness this year, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I just thought that this was such a great series to read this year.